Well, what is up, everybody? I'm about 3 minutes late, I guess. I thought I had somebody waiting for me, but I guess they may have left. Listen, everyone, hopefully at the beginning of the video, people are watching more of that than anything. So, I'd like to know if I'm doing something wrong, let me know because I'm really puzzled about people not watching the whole videos, especially when I do a painting or something, because the last painting I did was like 32 minutes. The average watch time was like 3.5 minutes. So let me know if I'm doing something wrong. It definitely will help. I won't get my feelings hurt. Just let me know what your opinion is. What do you think I could do to make the channel better, make the videos better, things like that. That all does help. So I am working on another painting at the moment, another acrylic painting of a landscape in New Hampshire. A friend of mine sent me a picture, and I've had it put off for about a year, and finally decided to paint it. So I'm working on that now. I worked on that most of the day today. Hopefully, I'll have it finished up tonight or tomorrow. And then we'll go on to another one. I would like input from people on what you'd like to see painted. That does help. I've asked for that before, but I've never got much input about it from everybody. So I'd appreciate it if you all do that. I can get some paint in my mouth. Also, I'd like to know if anybody has even looked at the new merch yet, the merchandise on YouTube. There's two different merch links. They're both for Kim Casta Art, but one is hooked onto the bottom one in the description is linked directly into YouTube. So let me know what you all think about the merchandise. If you'd like to see something different, if you'd like to see a different design or something, or I have the logo now, but I think the other one does have a little bit more. It has like the banner on it and stuff like that. But I would like to know what your opinion is, because obviously you're not going to want them if you don't like them. What's up, Ken? How you doing, buddy? I guess you got the message. Excuse me. I was going to do one a little bit earlier, but had a bit later dinner, and we had Nancy and Jennifer over for dinner, and one of my favorite shows was on tonight, so I kind of got hung up watching it for a while. I had to make myself get away from the TV. Massage message. I sent you a message in your email an hour ago. I send you and Recon one all the time. Although I'm beginning to think it's a waste of time to send one to Recon. I mean, he wants me to send him a phone message too, but that's a bit of a pain in the butt for me to do. But he never comes anyway, so until he gets off that third shift, I doubt he will anyway. I sent you a message about the live tonight. About an hour ago. You should have got one an hour ago in your Gmail or whatever your email account is. Check your email once in a while. Huh. You should have it. I don't know. Check your email. It's probably there. Mine pops up on the phone says I got an email. I don't know if yours does or not, but you may have to turn the notifications on for that to happen. I don't know. Of course, one goes out for YouTube also, and I do one on Facebook for a bunch of people. Yeah, you can click on the left under. I think you have to click on more too, but you can click on live for the live streams happening now. Whenever you're in doubt, you should be able to see me listed as a live stream. Although I haven't done it, I need to do that just to check it out. I know I've looked around at live streams myself. Um, in fact, the other day I looked and I did see live streams, and so I wanted to check it out and see if it did list them all. But there wasn't that many on. Of course, it was like really, really late at night, so that's probably why. Velvet just sent me a like, so maybe she'll come on. I don't know. I think you have to hit the home button first, maybe. I'm not sure. Yep, yeah, hit home, then you can swipe across the top and hit live. And you can see what's going on for lives. I have no idea how many there is, but let's see if I'm on here. I'm looking. There might be a crapload of them at this time of night. Wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, there seems to be a bunch of them. Hmm. Although mine's not showing up, I'm not sure why, but it's not. Maybe it has to be live for a certain amount of time before it does, or a certain amount of people on the channel. Who knows? I've never read anything about it from YouTube that there was any kind of a criteria for you to be listed on the live channels here. But nope, I don't see it. Weird. Huh. I'll try my personal account. Maybe it's different. It may not show it where it's my channel. And I look from my channel. Yep, it's there. We're at the very top. Live. And yeah. So definitely YouTube is promoting it as a live right now. It's up at the top. Only one watching, you. Velvet did say, I think Velvet may be getting on, I'm not sure, but it looked like she was indicating that she was. And I see I'm lagging like hell tonight again. Huh. About 10 seconds lag. Well, that's not too bad. I've dealt with a lot worse, that's for sure. So maybe Doc will pop in. Of course, it might be a bit late for him because he works. Probably early in the morning, most likely. I'll check Facebook and see if anybody's said anything. Kirsten said she might come on too. But she's going to Velvet's actually. I don't know, but I'm going to do another video, I guess, and prompt people to watch my whole video. Nobody's watching them still, the whole thing. Trinity just paged me. She's leaving work now. If you're still on when I get home, I'll watch. Well, that's good. But anyway, that's why I haven't been doing the videos. People ask me why. Well, that's why people don't watch them. The average time, the video was only 32 minutes long, and the average time watching was about 3.5 minutes. And I got a whole 22 cents. Cost me $20 to do the painting. That's why I've been so frustrated about painting anymore, because people don't watch them. If they don't watch them, it's not worth it for me to do them. Just can't afford to do that. Just can't afford to do them if people aren't watching them. I've got to get something back on them somehow. Revenue through YouTube, whatever. Because canvas and paint are really expensive. I've talked about this before. Paint is skyrocketing. Oil, especially oil. There's oil paint out there. This for a smaller tube. That size, and they're some of them are $15, $20 each. They don't last long. No coffee tonight. Been drinking a lot less coffee lately. I make a pot in the morning. Of course, I don't drink the whole thing. I drink a couple cups. Nancy comes over and gets a cup or two, and actually they get a large one, and my wife has a large one, and that's about it. And later on in the afternoon or evening, if Jennifer comes over or Nancy or both or whatever, then we may put another pot on. Other than that, that's been about it. We haven't been drinking a lot of coffee lately. Just can't afford it. Coffee's gone up really high. I've seen it as high as $14, $15 a can from Maxwell House. Too expensive. But I've been trying to cut down on the coffee too, I just knew I was drinking too much of it. It's probably not a healthy thing to drink a ton of it, like I always did. I always drink a lot of coffee. Never seemed to bother me. Be right back, Ken. I gotta get a paper towel. Alrighty, I'm back. I think we got somebody else in here. I'm not sure who. They haven't announced themselves yet. Doc may drop in. You never know. He usually drops in for a little bit anyway. And I haven't seen Brad in forever. I think he's just busy. Making more money, probably. And I changed my phone number again, so I'll probably have to text him and let him know it's a new number. Because a lot of times he won't, if he don't recognize the number, which has got caller ID. If he don't recognize the number, he don't answer it. Which I can understand why. He probably gets a lot of scammers and people trying to scam him out of money and whatever. So if we don't know who it is, he don't answer it. We've been over this before, Ken. If I did a live painting like tonight, you'd be it. You'd be the only one here right now. And I lag so much, you wouldn't see it. You guys can hardly see me. I watch the videos, and they're so blurry a lot, and they're skipping and lagging so much that I know a live painting is out of the question. There's just no way to do a live painting. None. Oh, I could pull up a video if I wanted to. I could pull up a video into this right here of a painting I've already done as a tutorial if I wanted to. You guys might get annoyed with it, but I mean, I could do that. I want to do a live painting. I actually do. I'd really like to do a live painting, but I know the audience isn't there for it. We don't have the people to do it, and there's not enough people interested in painting. You know, it's pretty. You know, people don't ask questions. You know, when I'm doing the live, it's kind of senseless to do it. If people don't want to learn how to paint, it's kind of pointless. If I could afford it, I would really seriously change this to a scratch off channel. You get a lot of calls from Florida? That's because everybody's hot down here and they want to get the hell out of here. No, I mean, I'd love to do a scratch off channel. I can't afford it. Cannot afford it. There's no way I could afford it. I'd love to do it. I'd totally enjoy doing a scratch off channel. It'd be way quicker and easier to do. It just costs more because you got to spend money every day. I mean, even that guy that does the older guy that does scratches on Saturdays and other days. He doesn't have a huge crowd, but he still spends at least $10 a day normally. So he'll get 5 $2 tickets, or sometimes he'll get 10 $1 tickets. On the weekend, normally he'll do an $80 session now on Saturday. That's his biggest session. But you add that up, that's a lot of money in 1 week. You know, you're talking 60 plus 80, $140 a week. 280, that's over $560 a month minimum. That's if you lose it all. Hopefully you win some back, or at least half back, but we all know there's no guarantee of that. Then again, you may get lucky and you may hit some big enough wins to break even, but you just never know. And Florida is one of the worst scratch-off states there is, because all the multipliers are fake, the majority of them. They're crappy tickets. I mean, I've gotten a few good wins in Florida, but they're far and few between. I got one claimer, but I've been scratching for a long time. Not every day, but I mean, for a while I was scratching every day. When we were still at the group home, I had extra money from the painting classes I could scratch. I mean, the biggest ones I've won was, I think I've won a $1,000 ticket. I've won two $500 tickets, a $400 ticket. I think I've actually won three of the $300 tickets, and two $200 tickets, and I have won a lot of $100 tickets. I have won a lot of them. I can't even count how many $100 tickets I've got that I've won. Been a lot of them. But that's over many, many years' time. Many years' time. And the other thing is, my favorite is crosswords. A lot of people don't like to watch crosswords. Bingo, they're okay once in a while. I'll play them every once in a while by myself. But I know people don't really want to see the bingos because they take longer. The crosswords take longer. Now, technically, when I did the crosswords before, I did that 10-day series. Um, I took my time doing the crosswords because of it gave me more time for people to watch. Of course, people didn't watch them all. I should have just went ahead and done them faster. I can actually do a $3 crossword very fast, really fast. Because in Florida, you do get all of the vowels. So you can do them pretty fast. There's Velvet. How you doing, Velvet? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, guys. The last video, we got like 25 views, I think. Something like that. 20 views. I think we only got 6 or 7 likes. I was really surprised. But I'm only showing one person now anyway. I'm not sure why that is, but unless Ken's not here anymore. Oh, he's there. There he is. There he is. Velvet won on the say a crossword, also a $3 one. She won a $300 winner too once. There's Trinity. Hi, sweetie. How you doing? Maybe because the video wasp. What are you talking about, Ken? Tell me what you're talking about. I have no idea. How you doing, Trinity? Working hard? A little tired some, but okay. Exactly, Ken. That's what I was just saying a while ago when you said for the this is the you brought up about 3 or 4 times to do a live painting, and you just answered your own question because the videos are blurry. That's exactly why I don't do them. Everybody would leave. Trinity, I've been meaning to tell you something for a while and I kept forgetting. Do you remember the painting in my studio with the house and all the colorful trees, the orange and yellow and green, and that nice pretty house that's on the wall? You remember that big painting with the black frame? You remember that? Yeah, it's Waffle House. They'll make you stay late as much as they can. Anyway, do you remember that painting I'm talking about? I forgot to tell you, that's Nathan's favorite. He likes that one. Just so you know. And by the way, Trinity, the group home was sold back in June. And you know who didn't give us a dime of it and doesn't intend to, obviously. Um, it used to be 400 that one over there that he liked, but it's actually 200 now. I dropped the price in half just to sell the dang thing. Yep, the group home is sold for 230,000. Your great aunt got it all. Okay, it'll be here, I'm sure. Well, I mean, there was a mortgage to pay off, but there's only like 50 or 60,000 owed on it. So anything above that, she got to keep. Yep, she found a way. Probably got a crooked lawyer. If I could afford a lawyer, there'd be a fight on that one. But I can't afford a lawyer. It was supposed to be split between us, but she won't even answer my email. Yeah, believe me, it upsets me even more because if I was getting half, I'd get about $80,000 or $90,000, and your grandma and I could actually buy a place of our own. But I don't know. She's changed a lot. Her and Charlie really influences her a lot. They even kicked Billy out of the house over there after he had his hip surgery. He couldn't even walk hardly, and they kicked him out. She's ridiculous. Kept everything. Yeah, I mean, it was supposed to go to us anyway. We should have got it all. When it was sold, we should have got it all, except for whatever her expenses were. We should have got the rest of it. That simple. But obviously, it didn't work that way. Yeah, I didn't see the video. Hey, Kirsten, glad you finally made it. Yeah, I heard about the video, but I couldn't see it because I don't have Charlie or Cindy on my friends list. I actually blocked them all, so I can't see nothing they post. I don't want to see anything they post. Not on a case like that. It's a civil case, Ken. They've already told me that. I've asked. Believe me, I've asked, and they have to specialize in that sort of thing too. If you got into an accident in a car or something, yeah, you wouldn't have to pay, and it wasn't your fault. No, you wouldn't have to pay a thing. Yeah, well, they deserve it. For what they did to Billy, they deserve it. Billy even paid for the air conditioner there, the central unit, bought a brand new one, and put it in. Fixed the floors in place and kept the place going and whatever. Fixed his mother's car, rebuilt the truck that Charlie had that was Grampy's, great Grampy's. I mean, he did a lot of work for them for free, not a dime. Yeah, well, hopefully your mom won't give information to Pam and Charlie about us because I don't want her to do that. Hopefully not. She doesn't know what we've gone through with her and Charlie. Charlie harassed us a lot. She thinks that Pam's this big sweet person, but she's not. She'll cut your throat in a heartbeat if she gets a chance. But anyway, I don't want to talk about that here. This is the live for the group for the Kimcast art, so I don't want to discuss it all here. I was going to call you and talk to you about it. I was hoping maybe Wesley and Chrisanna might come on, but I guess they aren't going to make it tonight. Maybe they're working too late. Yeah, she does not know Pam like we do at all. I believe me, I'm her brother. I know her well. Yeah, I miss you too. Nana misses you too. I'm sure old Kirsten here, Boog, misses you too. How's Sierra doing? I never hear from her. Of course, that's not unusual. I think she's only come on a couple of times since I've had the whole place on YouTube. I assume she's still staying with your mother, so. I mentioned you might have saw the post I put how I'd love to go to Daytona one more time before I die, and your mother actually replied to that post that we could ride there with them, on the bikes. But that's probably not going to happen. I can hardly hold mine up anymore. I can't even back it up by myself. Of course, it's because of the dirt. If it was on tar or the concrete, I could, but not in this soft dirt down here, soft sand. Well, we're only a phone call away. She's welcome to call us if she wants to. We do have new phone numbers. I, I think I sent you my new phone number, didn't I, and Nana's? We both have new phones. So I guess I need to send them to you. I don't know if you have them or not. And probably should send them to Sierra too. So she'll know who it is. I've called a few people and they wouldn't answer the phone because they didn't know who it was. I thought cell phones mostly had caller ID because my phone, my new one, has my name on it. Nana's don't, but mine does. I'm pretty sure. But if you don't have the number, I'll send it to you. So are you cooking mainly at Waffle House now, or are you waitressing too? Yeah, I know she's bad about calling people, but if she's a little bit lonely for friends, we're her grandparents, she can definitely call us and talk to us. You know, I know it's not the same thing as having a buddy or a friend, but at least it's somebody she knows. Were you supposed to be coming back down again this year, or not. For some reason, I kept thinking you were coming back down again. So they got you doing whatever needs to be done then. Yeah, well, normally the way Waffle House used to be, the cook that was on duty for that shift, well, the exception of the day shift, that's usually when the manager was there, but the second and the third shift, the cook was usually the boss or in charge or whatever. They didn't get any more for it back then. I see. Yeah, I kept thinking it was toward the end of the year here, October or something. You gonna stay at your mother's in Jacksonville, I assume. Uh, she must have a big place for you all to stay there too. Yeah, and usually the raise isn't very much either. If I know Waffle House, like 25 cents an hour more or something. 50 cents an hour more if you're really lucky. Ah, well, Sierra might be waiting for you to get there because she probably can't afford one by herself. And in Jacksonville, I'm sure they're expensive. Well, that's good. You like it working better as a you like working for Waffle House better than the dollar store? I gotta turn the air down. Oh, she's working for DoorDash, huh? Yeah, it's okay. Your grandmother worked for them for several years, but I mean, she liked it okay. Some of the people, some people not. There seemed to be a lot of drama going on a lot, but she tried to stay out of the drama. Velvet, are you still with us? She ain't said a word. Oh, Velvet had to leave because her phone died. It always dies. Every time she gets on, her phone dies. Tell her to plug it in. She's got newer internet there. She'll be able to leave the phone plugged in the house and talk or listen anyway. Yeah, Waffle House is a central drama zone. Hey, Ken, we haven't even seen ASD come in quite a few lives, have we, buddy? Well, that's good. If you get a good manager, it does help a lot. If you don't have a charger, well, tell her to go to the dollar store and get one. They're only $6 or something, or $10. My goodness. She used to have a computer there. I don't know if she ever has a computer anymore or not, but she can plug it into the USB on her computer. Or a laptop, either one. I thought about giving a longer notice on the live, but usually when I do, people forget. It seems to be better when I give it like an hour notice. But we haven't seen Yvette on in a long time, too. Of course, Yvette, I think, as I recall, she worked second shift, and she didn't get off until like 11 or something like that. Probably should find out if she ever gets back on, if I remember, which I probably won't. See if she has, see if she's on Facebook. I could buddy her on Facebook and send her a message when I'm going to do a live then. I'm not real Facebook friendly, but I do post stuff on Facebook. When I do a live, I post it there a lot. I posted tonight on Facebook, but I didn't see anybody from Facebook. But I figured out how to do a group once, but I haven't been able to do it again. I need to do a group again and add all the people that I send the message to for the live in a group, so I can just do one message and hit send. But I forgot how I did it. I was hoping maybe Ariana might get on, but where she is, I think probably it's too late for her to get on. I think they go to bed early where she's staying. I'm not even sure where Cadence is, if she's staying with her mother anymore or back with Betty Bush or what. Kirsten, your mother might have an extra charger that Velvet could use. That's possible. You can always check with her and see if she's got one that will fit her phone. Where she uses the Apple phone now. I think Velvet's got a regular Android, so she may have one of the old Android chargers. I think you might have said she did, but maybe she let Velvet use it. Oh, you're both at Velvet's house? You and your mother both? Ah. Yeah, well, maybe she'll let Velvet use it. Hi, Aria. Oh, just you? I thought so, because I know Nina has to bring your mother somewhere in the morning, so I was that's going to be kind of difficult. Well, Trinity, I filled Kirsten up with my homemade biscuits and gravy tonight. And her mother, and me and Nana, not Jenny, made a big old batch of sausage gravy and biscuits. I'm still full. But they were good. Yep, they were good. Thank you, Kirsten. Kirsten likes her papa's cooking. When I'm cooking, she usually says, I'm there. I want some. Usually. You mean them at the Waffle House, you mean? Waffle House, I bet their sausage gravy comes in a can, don't it? A lot of those places have sausage gravy, but they buy it in a can already pre-made. Just warm it up and warm up some biscuits. Easy to do, but usually the canned stuff isn't as good. A bag. So you just get a white sauce, make the white sauce, and chop up some sausage. Yeah, I think I had it there once before. Whoever made it there didn't make it right at all because it was too watery. They didn't make sure it was thick. I hate watery sausage gravy. It's awful. No, I didn't make the biscuits from scratch. I made the sausage gravy from scratch, though. I bought the biscuits, put them in the oven. I have made biscuits from scratch, though. I used to make homemade bread all the time. Well, that's about what you do with it, Trinity, when you get it that way. But a lot of times people don't cook it enough for the enough water to evaporate to get it to thicken. Yeah, a lot of them make really super runny grits. Awful. They're like soup. I'm not a huge fan of grits anyway, but if they're not real runny, I'll eat them. If there's cheese in them, I'll eat them. But I'm not a big fan of them. Yeah. Well, he shouldn't have thrown them at you, but that's pretty rude. Yeah, I've made some big biscuits before, Ken, years ago. Yeah, don't get started with the anger issues, Kirsten. Your papa's got some of them himself. I wouldn't have tolerated that a bit. That guy probably would have ate the bowl. Should have called the police. That was assault. If somebody throws food at you, it's assault. You can have them arrested. because you don't have to tolerate somebody throwing food at you. That's assault. I guarantee if he gets arrested, he won't do it again. Then you just kick him out. You can put a restraining order on him. Then he won't even be able to go back there. And somewhere like that would do that, that's what they deserve. Hey, even your manager should have called the police because it was assault, no doubt. If he threw it at you, it's assault. Grab him by the ear and drag him out the door and throw his ass out. That's what I'd have done. Yeah, that's pretty rude. I mean, I've had food I didn't like before. I'll complain about it though. I'll just say, I don't want it. I want something else. I'll tell them, give me something different. With Waffle House, it's always been it depends on who's cooking. Yeah, that's good, Ken. I mean, they're not that difficult to make, really. We had 4 kids. When they grew up, I did a lot of cooking and baking, and we'd cook stuff up ahead of time and freeze it and whatnot. Make a lot of homemade soup, beef stew. Kirsten will tell you about my beef stew. In fact, if I mention I made beef stew, her mother will be here in about real quick. Yeah, that happens with Waffle House. Um, a lot of the cooks and waitresses, they actually kind of develop a following after they've been there for a while. There's a lot of regulars in Waffle House. It still is to this day. They have a lot of regulars that go there every day, breakfast or lunch or dinner or whatever. A lot of them will just come for the coffee and they'll just sit there and drink coffee for hours with a few friends that'll show up, which I'm sure is annoying for some of the waitresses sometimes, especially if they're busy. If they're not busy, they don't normally care too much, but when they're busy, they do. Yep, they'll show up, and before you know it, you know their whole life story. When Nana worked there a long time ago, I mean a long, long time ago, she was pretty young then. She had a lot of people that would come in because she was working, and she was always nice to them and whatever, and she would talk to them and listen to them like a bartender. But she never made friends with them, the kind of friends that we should go visit them or anything else, just there. She always separated the two. Of course, she had a lot of guys flirting with her too back then. She was real pretty back then. Yeah, there's some people that are that way. They'll just come in and get coffee or whatever, milk or whatever. A lot of the older people, it's just a getaway for them. So they just have coffee or whatever. She's mean now. Mean woman. She's getting grouchy in her old age. I better hope she never sees this video. Uh-oh. She's waiting for that new movie coming out. I think it's this year or next year, called the She Hulk. There's a girl Hulk coming out. She definitely wants to see it. Okay, Kirsten, no problem. And we're getting ready to shut down in a few minutes anyway. So I'm glad you showed up. I appreciate it, sweetie. I think it's a movie because the regular Hulk is there with her in the movie some and teaches her how to do things. Yeah, I saw the trailer on YouTube about it. Look it up on YouTube. There's a trailer on it. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But it looked like it was a movie to me. I could have swore it said it was going to be a movie next year in the theaters next year or something. This year or next year or whenever. I have to look it up again. They got so many action movies coming out in the next 2 years, it ain't funny. I bet there's a dozen action movies coming out. There's an Iron Man 4 coming out. His daughter takes over as Iron Man, I guess. Although it's kind of gone both ways. Nobody's really sure how it's going to come out. There's that She Hulk. There's Love and Thunder with Thor. There's Blade Runner coming again, and all kinds of Marvel and DC comics are all releasing a whole bunch of them over the next 2 years. All right, Ken, have a good night, buddy. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate it, bud. Stay healthy and stay safe, bud. Hopefully, we'll get more on the next time. Have a good one. Yeah, Hawkeye and Loki and Winter Soldier. Yeah, there's a bunch of them coming out. Unbelievable. She loves me, huh? Well, tell her I appreciate her coming on, even though she couldn't stay on for long. Hopefully, your mother can fix her up with a charger. Yeah, your grandma and I actually like to watch most of them. You know, I think there might be another Venom one coming out, and some other guy that's going to come out with Venom on another one. But I'm sure it won't be long, and they'll be all coming out. Oh, and there's another Aquaman coming out too. That one I want to see without a doubt. All right, Trinity and Kirsten, Velvet. I think she's already gone because her phone's dead. But I think we'll go ahead and shut her down for the night. It's been an hour, so I'm gonna shut it down. So I appreciate you all coming. Trinity, I love you. Kirsten, love you too, sweetie. And I think we'll see you all the next time. And hopefully we'll get more people on next time. So y'all have a good night, and we'll catch you next time. Trinity, say hi to Nathan for me, and we'll catch you all the next time. Have a good night. Bye-bye. Good night.